Hi there guys, so in this video we're going to be focusing on finding the equation of a parabola and we're going to be using either the turning point form to do that or we'll use the root form to do that. So with this question here we have a Cartesian plane and a parabola that's being drawn, a smiley face parabola, and then the turning point is given as -1 and -8. And there's also a y-intercept given at -6, where y is -6. Now, it's our job to work out the equation for this parabola. Now, the best form, or the form that is best suited to work this out, is the turning point form, and that's because you are given a turning point. Okay, so we'll say y is equal to a bracket x minus p squared plus q. Remember, p and q is the x and y value at the turning point. So if you substitute that in, we have x minus the -1, which is basically x plus 1, because there's like a double negative that makes it positive. Okay, and then q is exactly the same as the y, so it just gets substituted in there. Remember, the trick is only with the p, so just remember your sign change. Right, now we have p and q, we just need to work out a, but that's why there's another point given. I'm just going to substitute that point. So what we're going to do is substitute the point 0 and -6. 0 is substituted with the x, -6 substituted with the y, and we'll work out a. Okay, so -6 is equal to a times bracket 0 plus 1 squared. So this is just 1, and 1 squared is still 1. A times 1 is just a, so everything here is just a. Okay, the -8 I can take across, and then I will add it to the -6, which then means that a would be equal to 2, right? If I say -6 plus 8, I will end up with 2. So let's just finalize this. Our equation is y equal to 2x plus 1 squared minus 8. We first FOIL out these brackets. So you multiply the first, which gives you the x squared. Then you multiply your outers and your inners, which gives you the 2x. And then you multiply the 1 with 1, which is just 1. Okay, so we're first going to multiply the 2 inside the bracket, and then we minus the 8. So that is 2x squared plus 4x plus 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. But since I'm minusing the 8, we'll just be left with a -6, because 2 minus 8 is -6. And so this is the equation in the standard form. Now, you didn't have to do this. You could have just left it as that, because this is also the equation of the parabola. It's just given in a different form. Here, it's given in the standard form. So there you have it. That's the equation of a parabola. I'm just going to do one more example. Okay, this is the second example. Here we have a parabola, and instead of the turning point being given, we actually have the x-intercepts, in other words, the roots. We have the root that is being given. So we are going to be using the root form. Y is equal to a bracket x minus √1 minus √2. So this minus is also going to create like an opposite effect, because when we say x minus our first root, remember the root is also negative, so it's minus -4, which creates a plus. So we have x plus 4 in the first bracket. Then in the second bracket, we have a 3 over here, so it's x minus the 3. Okay, so it's that opposite effect, you see. When the root is negative, inside the bracket it's positive, and when this root is positive, inside the bracket it's negative. Okay, so all we need to do is solve a. Again, that's why we are given this point. So we are going to substitute that y-intercept where x is 0 and y is 6. So 6 is equal to a bracket x plus, oops, x supposed to be 0. I forgot to do that. And 0 minus 3. Okay, so this is just 4 and that is negative 3. If you multiply 4 with negative 3, you get negative 12. And so here we have negative 12a. Okay, to work out a's value, you will just divide by the negative 12, pardon me, and a is equal to negative a half. Okay, because 6 divided by 12 is a half, so negative half. Cool. Now we're going to substitute this back into our equation, and then we're going to multiply everything out just to simplify it a bit. Okay, so let's first multiply out the brackets. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 will be negative 3x plus the positive 4x, that gives us a positive 1x, multiplied, minus the 12, because 4 times 3 is 12, and the positive and the negative gives us a negative. We now multiply everything by a half, and we get negative a half x squared minus a half x plus a half times 12, which is 6. And there you go. So even though this was this is a version of the quadratic function, we normally want to write it in the standard form, but either is acceptable.